why are men not confident enough to walk up to women now? Say shout out to the guys who are confident enough to walk up to women. The masculinity on earth has diminished drastically that guys don't even come up to you anymore. They'll just stare at you from a distance. As a woman who's trying to embody her feminine energy, you're not going to catch me going up to the guy. You're just not. We can just stare at each other. Say shout out to the guys who are confident enough to walk up to women, because guys don't do that anymore. If God were to guarantee that your 20th person would be the love of your life, you would be so happy to be rejected by all 19. So why are men not confident enough to walk up to women now? We don't chase. We signal like, you can come up to me now. But all men do is just look at you now. And of course, like, if the woman is interested, she's gonna keep looking your way too, but it just like stays like that. Nothing ever happens because men don't walk up to women anymore, or they're just tired of being rejected. But it's like, if God were to tell you that you're gonna go through 20 rejections before you get to your yes, and that's gonna be the love of your life, you guys would be so happy to go through all 20 because you would just so closer to the love of your life. Come on, guys, you guys gotta do better.
But then that would be a guarantee, which most of these young ladies are not giving men at all. And they're just spending $300, $400, $500 per clip with no guarantee.
I know my body's tea because every time I come on this goddamn walk, every mountain biker breaks their goddamn neck trying to catch a glimpse at me walking without fail every single time. And like, yeah, I know, but do you really have to? Like, why? Like, ew, just let me mind my goddamn business and listen to my podcast. I'm scared.
Girl, ain't nobody checking for you. Go sit down.
No tea, no shade. Like, no shade. I don't mean no shade. But, like, can y'all men tell me why the y'all be using, like, 2-in-1 and up? Like 2-in-1, 3-in-1, 5-in-1, like 7-in-1. Why do y'all do that? Like, I'm not gonna lie. If y'all use that, that tells me everything I need to know about y'all. But why do y'all do that? I just feel like that's so dirty.
We need to talk about bad dating advice because there's a lot of it out there. So let's start with the classic. If he wanted to, he would. No, stop right there, and I'll tell you why. So drastically oversimplified. If he wanted to, and had the capacity, and had the emotional maturity, and had the bandwidth, and had the self-awareness, and had the communication skills, there is so much more to it than just the desire. But more importantly, this kind of logic sows the seeds of self-doubt and questioning your self-worth. If he liked me and he wanted to see me again, then he would. What's wrong with me? All due respect, and I say this with all the love in my heart, it probably has nothing to do with you. Please go ahead and toss this dating advice right in the garbage and light it on fire. Thank you.
Tell me you're single without telling me you're single.
I'll go first.
Here's what women said when I asked them what they wish more men knew about dating and being a woman. Ghosting hurts more than honesty. Just say you're not interested. Our hormones affect everything. Learn our cycle if you want to understand us. This is a massive topic that hasn't gotten the attention that it deserves, so I'm going to do an entirely separate video to walk you through the 4 cycles that a woman goes through every single month. Another girl said, "We're not too emotional. You're just not used to people expressing theirs out loud. Sometimes I just want you to listen. I'm not asking you to fix it. The mental load of dating is heavier than you think. The safety checks, the shaving, the waxing, the emotional prep. Don't follow 50 bikini models and then tell us you respect us. We notice." Some women even mention feeling like they have to plan everything and then it gets very overwhelming. And a lot of women mention wanting to feel safe. Safety is built through consistency and not necessarily grand gestures.
Is there any way you can just block all men's opinions on literally anything on your For You page? Like, I am not trying to hear that truly.
I mean, if you cut down on the stupid stuff that you're saying, that might help out with the issue.
Here, let me say this again, miss. Black women do not out-earn black men. Numerically, statistically, hypothetically, whatever way you want to put it. Like I said before, there are 1.6 million black male millionaires versus only 8,000 black women millionaires. You don't make more hourly lined up against the same wages. Me by myself, I make the equivalent of 255 women that make $43,000 a year. Stop comparing yourselves to us because you will get embarrassed every time. Even business, black business. The average black male business, or most businesses, regardless of race or gender, with the exception of black women, earn at least $142,000 in profit. Black businesses owned by women only average $24,000. How are you making more money? I really want to see where you pull. I know it's black girl math, but I really want to see your math on what made you think this. But I know you're not going to answer because that's going to be a tough one for you.
It's amazing to me how men will unintentionally be humbling themselves. I was on the phone with this guy and I was like, do you know when like a girl's good and bad? And he was like, yeah, you can just tell. And I was like, yeah, like, can you tell if one's like really feisty and someone that's like more like kind of like a starfish and like shy and timid and just lays there? And he's like you? And I'm like, or how about the fact that you didn't last long enough to switch it up? How about that? How about that?
Bro, you didn't win this one. He already got the cheeks. He left satisfied. You didn't. This is not a flex.
If I was a man, every woman would want me because I would just love and cherish them and tell them how beautiful and precious they were and kiss them on their foreheads, play with their hair, buy them gifts, take them to nice dinners, spoil them, worship them, and make sure that every day that they knew that they were the most magical and beautiful creature in the world. Yeah, if I was a man, I would do that. It's weird that you men can't keep these women around.
You'd also be broke as well, so there's that.
Good men, where are you at? Because these bad men out here are speaking for y'all in public and on the internet and in public and on the internet and everywhere. I'm tired of people talking down on y'all. Where you?
So you gonna tell me I'm not supposed to sit here and think that the nigga drunk and experiment just like us? Not even experiment because I've been gay, but get down with their friends like we do.
I told y'all, bro, the reason they call men DL is because it's true projection. Like, they really think that it's normal to do sex with their friends when a little liquor get involved. No, that's not normal.
To the girls that are on the apps right now, does it feel a little bit like all the men got together and took a group test? Like, the answers are all just looking a little bit too similar. It's always about their hoodies, right? But what is with the latest trend of men saying that they're looking for a girl who doesn't take themselves too seriously? Like, what do you mean when you say you want someone who doesn't take themselves too seriously? Because like, it doesn't come across as you being a silly, goofy, funny person that just wants to like have a good time with someone.
I have a question for men, black men specifically. And ladies, I want y'all to chime in too and let me know if I'm tripping or if y'all feel me and if y'all go through the same things. So guys, why do y'all think it's appropriate for when you've been texting a girl for, let's say, less than a week, so a few days, haven't planned a date yet, haven't really said too much, did too much, why do y'all think it's appropriate to ask her, can she cook and what she be cooking? I personally think that's kind of right to ask because I feel like it's just not the timing. Like, why are you asking that before we even went on a date and figured out if we're going to even, see each other? I think that conversation is a little premature because for me, when you ask me that, it makes me feel like you're implying that you think that I should or that I'm going to cook for you. Now, don't get me wrong. I personally love to cook and I feel like it's a love language, but the 26 version of myself has learned that that's not something that I should be doing. So younger me, because I loved to cook, I used to cook for men all of the time and they didn't deserve it because I was cooking for men that had never even taken me anywhere. Now, we would be wrong if we'd be like, can y'all change the tire? Can y'all change the oil? Can y'all do all of these said things that most of y'all can't do? Yeah, y'all think that it's appropriate to ask a woman, can she cook? But again, why are we talking about cooking before you've even taken me to eat, taking me to a cafe, taking me to the movies? We haven't done anything. Went to an arcade. We haven't done anything. But you want me to send you a list and pictures and stuff of the meals that I can cook. So I really want to know, like, am I tripping? Because honestly, these days, the second a man texts me that, I stop responding. because I feel like it's not appropriate. Now, if we're on a date even the first date, because at least we've made it to a date. But if we're on date 1, 2, or 3 and it comes up in conversation while we're sitting across from each other or doing something fun, of course we can have a conversation about it. But I went so far before, this is the reason why I stopped responding, is I've tried to explain to a man why I felt like it was inappropriate for him to be asking me that, and he basically called me a word and stopped talking to me, which I didn't care because I wasn't going to cook for you anyway. So I just really want to know, like, why do y'all think it's kind of like a what do you bring to the table question? But again, why are you asking me that and you haven't even showed that it's like you haven't even proved yourself or showed that you're interested in me for real, or that we're going to even be a thing, because again, we haven't even went on a date. So please enlighten me and tell me if I'm tripping, or please, men, tell me why y'all think that's okay. Or if you're a man that does not do that, please elaborate and tell me why you agree with us and think that that's premature to ask, because why does it matter if I can cook or not? Can you change the tire? Can you take me to dinner? Please let me know, y'all.
Just a question. Why not answer it like a normal human being?
If you're in your 20s, go hook up with that person you shouldn't be hooking up with. Dating in your 20s is messy. Now is the time to give into the urges and desires so that later on you're not resenting yourself or somebody else for it.
Being just a girl and doing things for the plot is ruining your life. I don't think there's ever been a time that giving into an urge has ever been a great idea. And I don't think hooking up with someone you're not supposed to be hooking up with has ever been that great of an idea either. You can call me type A, you can call me a prude all you want. The only type of spontaneity that I involve myself with is calculated spontaneity, and even at that, very, very small doses of it.
Am I being an enabler? Sure, but your 20s is about learning crisis management and your 30s is for crisis prevention.
Being in your early 20s is not an excuse to be a fool. A person who makes mistakes for the sole purpose to learn from them is a person who's wasting their time.
Everyone I know is hooking up with someone they shouldn't, and we need to stop feeling bad for it. Who cares? We're all gonna laugh about it. We're all gonna die one day.
The things that you do in your 20s don't just affect your 30s. They affect the rest of your life. The partner you choose, the food you eat, the amount you exercise, the habits you develop, the habits you don't develop. Becoming a functioning human being who has a comfortable life, knows themselves, is secure in themselves, doesn't take a very short amount of time. You have a whole decade to build a strong foundation. You're wasting your time hooking up with a person you're not supposed to. Oh, I'll just do it in my 30s. By the time you get to your 30s, the muscle that you exercised, becoming addicted to instant gratification and giving into your urges because you can't control yourself, will be so strong that you will not be breaking that pattern. If you don't say no to yourself and you don't sit and suffer in the silence, how do you expect to hear what you actually want? How do you expect to get what you want when you enable yourself and you let your life be filled with people and things that mean absolutely nothing to you? Oh, it's a great story. A story for other people? Because what did that story do to you? That story set you back months and months of mental sanity that you could have used for yourself. Doing the right thing, being responsible, staying home. Listen, all in moderation. It's boring. It's boring. But sometimes life being boring is a good thing. So stop being an enabler and start taking some responsibility for yourself and the things that you do.
This question is for the men. If you have a female coworker and she has a stain on her backside, pants, shorts, dress from her cycle, are you gonna go up and tell her? Because I am wearing a white dress and I had this horrible thought, God forbid something happens, are my only male coworkers going to tell me? Or are they gonna let me walk around and embarrass myself? So I need you to tell me what you would do.
The very first time I ever met my neighbor, I was wearing a bodysuit, but I forgot that I had unclipped the bodysuit because I was lying on my couch all day, and that thing you know the feeling. Anyways, so I unclipped it, and then I forget that I had unclipped it, and I walk outside, and I see my neighbor. First time, I'm like, oh, do you live beside me? Like, hey.
They were staring at me so weird. I'm like, what? Why is he looking at me like that? Like, are we good? I go back into my apartment. I look down. Yeah, my bodysuit was still unclipped, and you could very much see it over my pants. And I have worship music playing 24/7, singing my heart out. This person probably thinks I'm crazy. I'm so sorry if that is you.
I have a question for the ladies, because this past weekend I experienced what it was like to reject a man and have him just walk away. No backfire, no insults hurled at me for rejecting him, no come on baby, no trying to coax me into anything, no trying to drug me when I said no. So ladies, have you experienced this? I would love to know in the comments what your experience has been, if you have had any kind of good experience from rejecting a man.
Emily King, you are a mean girl and a bully, and normally I don't like to make this style of video, but you've just talked about my relationship too much for me to let slide.
He could build a deck, he could grill some food.
You keep saying that you're sliding in some truths, so I'm gonna slide in some truths about what you're doing and what you're posting.
She's going to mess that up.
Every once in a while, when your views start to get low, you decide to post me and my boyfriend. You don't even make it new anymore, you just keep reposting the same exact video, even though I've been in your comment section clarifying.
I wanted to find my original comments, but she deleted them because she's baiting comments like these.
What?
It's very clear you're just making up stories for views, and it's also really clear who your target audience is.
And just because I know whose opinion you respect more.
We're still dating, very happily. Stop stealing our videos.
With an account your size, it's really startling to know that you're not doing a single ounce of research into what you're...
Just Google.
I feel weird, you know? Signed a study assignment.
Now that you've heard this, here's the video that Emily was reacting to.
Hi.
No.
The way in which this man just clearly communicated no to this girl sitting right in front of him, it makes me think that he must have known her. And he already knows that it is just not worth it. My other working theory is that it's love at first sight, that he just knows that she's going to mess up his life. And that is a scary thing for a man that has been single and found his peace. Because he already enjoys his life. He doesn't even really feel like he needs to add much to it because he loves his work. He loves his free time. He may or may not like hanging out with friends. He has free time and does whatever he wants during that free time. He could literally just sit and turn off his brain and be in his nothing box. Or he could decide to be super productive and do a bunch of things. He could build a deck. He could grill some food. He could make homemade pasta from scratch if he wanted to for the first time ever. That woman that he falls in love with, she's going to mess that up, and it's either going to be in the best way or the worst way.
So apparently it's satire. They play jokes on each other. Ha ha he he. Great, fine, do whatever you want. But I think what is being addressed in a lot of these videos is that women actually act like this. There's actually become a culture to where women will be out of pocket, either in the way that they dress, either in the way that they behave in the gym, recording, calling out men on social media, setting up and putting video all out, trying to expose the man. So I know you guys are playing around, but this stuff is more common than you would think.
The man of your dreams.
Ooh.
Prince Charming.
Oh,
he's everything.
Oh,
he has a bank account.
Wow.
Man of God.
Come on.
Emotionally regulated.
Ooh.
Loves your parents.
Spicy.
He loves you.
It's giving.
He wants to marry you.
Oh.
But he's 6 inches shorter than you.
Oh.
Ah! Yo!
That means he's 5 feet tall.
Yo!
Like he's shorter than 5 feet.
You're not 5'6", he's 4'11". That means
I'm 5'5"3/4.
He's 6 inches shorter than you. That means he's 4'11".
That's less than 5 feet tall.
Yeah. But he does.
Nah, B, you can't protect me.
Sarah, he cannot help.
Nah,
he
somebody
cannot
else
help
out
his
there.
height. Okay, this has to be addressed. No, this has to be addressed. He cannot help that he is his height.
He can't. And I can't help that I have no booty.
You have.
I can't.
Sarah,
I can't help that I got long, flat feet. I can't help that I have baby wrists and big hands. There's a lot of stuff that I can't help. At the end of the day, though, I'm somebody's cup of tea. That's not my cup of tea. 4'11" 3/4. How are you gonna protect me? How do you even get into how do you climb into the SUV?
He got the blicky in. He got the blicky in the sticky, Sarah.
Nah.
He got the blicky.
I can.
His blicky is on the
and then
dresser.
if I put a high heel on, that's wild.
But his blicky is on the dresser.
I'm a foot taller than you.
It's on-
like this whole portion of me, like from my chest to the top of my, you come up to my chest, No, I can't.
6 feet don't protect people
No.
either.
You know what? There's somebody for me that is tall.
No, no.
I could do flat-footed my height. I would have done that. I would have
So
been
you
open
could
to
date
that.
somebody your height.
Yeah. Even if I put a heel on and I'm taller, I'm okay with that. But 6 inches shorter than me.
But he does all of the things.
Not somebody else will too. Somebody else
Sarah,
does.
why are you willing to take that risk over something that a man
Because
cannot help?
patience
It's
is a
hereditary.
virtue. It's a patience thing. Look, I believe we could have it all. I have it all. Just might not look like what we thought. But 6 inches shorter than me, 4'11" and change is crazy. Now, if I was 6 feet tall and he was 6 inches shorter than me, I might be open to that.
Really?
If I was 6'5" and he was 6 inches shorter than me, I'd probably be open to that. But like,
Bro, honestly, at that point, just throw on some heels and call it a day.
So the question is, why are there so many single people who are not interested in dating? And ladies, we got these men shook because all they hear is how much money they should be spending on these dates. So look, if you got a $300 minimum that you feel like a man should be spending on a date, and the man take out 2 women in 1 week with that same mentality, that's $600 that he spent on dates with women that he don't even know that he like yet. And understand that a rich man will spend the money because he'll spend as much as necessary to get what it is that he wants from you because he got it. So our focus should be, is he a protector? Is he a provider? How does he treat his kids? How do he treat his mama? It's so many other things that we could be focused on. Now, there is a caveat. Men, if you broke, you shouldn't be dating. Let's just start there. Women, same thing. If you broke, you shouldn't be dating. Get your life together first. So if you built a lifestyle and you are able to afford a lifestyle of your own, I am not saying go get you a man and find you a man who is broke, but the focus should not be how much he can spend on dates. The focus should be everything that has to do everything with his personality and how he treats you. What y'all think about that?
Men have video games and sports. What do women have?
Like they have golf. We don't have like there's no sport that girls go play all day long with each other on the weekends. Like we don't have that.
No, men have all these like little activities that they get to do, and I'm like, what do we do?
Exactly. Like, I'm like, huh, interesting.
I think about that all the time. I'm like, what would life be like if I had hobbies on a regular, like things to do on a regular basis that don't involve eating, drinking, or being on my phone, or like the basics, like I read.
What do we as women need to do to start peer pressuring straight men into having the same beauty standards as gay men do? The beauty standard in the gay community is high, okay? Like it's the equivalent of the beauty standard of women in every community. And yet the beauty routine for straight men remains a 3-in-1 soap. If they have 2 products in their skincare routine, it's impressive. Can you imagine how beautiful the world would be if straight men were as gorgeous as gay men? If they're going to be the people that they are, they might as well be gorgeous like that. So what do we need to do to start peer pressuring straight men into being as into their appearance as women are and gay men are?
Well, straight men live in a different world where they don't really care about a lot of people's opinions. So the makeup and the nail polish and the mascara and all that other stuff doesn't really matter to them because they have better things to do, like work and do other things.
I prefer younger girls, which translates to I prefer women who are easier targets for manipulation and control.
Yeah, sometimes this could be the case. But I've noticed most men that prefer younger women simply have interests that are similar to those in that age group. They may enjoy more activities that women in that age group participate in, that women their age don't. They may find that their quirky, silly side is not appreciated by women their age, and that they want a relationship that's more fun and spontaneous, to actually make them feel wanted. Because in a lot of cases, a younger woman's more likely to appreciate all of his efforts and admire all of the things he's done with his life.
Happy wife, happy life. Sounds cute. Until you realize how one-sided that mindset actually is. You're telling me a man's entire peace depends on whether or not I feel like being nice to him today? Nah. That's not love. That's emotional manipulation dressed up as a Hallmark quote. Marriage is not about walking on eggshells around your wife. It's about both people showing up, owning their emotions, and putting in the effort. I don't want a man who tiptoes. I want a man who leads, who loves me boldly, and who I can respect enough to meet him halfway. This idea that husbands are just supposed to keep her happy is outdated. It teaches women to expect without giving, and men to carry a load they were never meant to hold alone. I'm not his job, I'm his partner. So no, it's not happy wife, happy life. It's happy spouse, peaceful house.
Y'all, I need somebody to help me out right now. So, what's going on with the men? What's going on? Like, men come up to me all the time. Oh, you're beautiful. I love your hair. You smell good. This, that, whatever the case may be. And that's it. Where is the, hey, I would love to take you out. Hi, could I have your number? After the compliment. Like, what's really going on? Like,
take you out. Ask for your number. Man, as hateful as y'all are, you lucky he gave you a compliment.
But my thing is, like, how are you going to tell me that you want to be with me, but then tell me that you don't want to be with me?
I mean, I feel like that's pretty straightforward. Like,
how is that straightforward? You're telling me that, yeah, I want to be with you, but then you say you don't want to be with me. So you're canceling it out. What is it?
it's like, it's like I want to be with you as a person, but I don't want to be with you as a concept. Does that make sense?
Okay.
It's like, is you recording this? Be with you now, bruh, because you always doing weird shit like that. Like, you don't listen. I tell you not to put on social media. Look at you doing exactly what I told you not to do. Doing all these shit on social media. Everybody know your whole life. I don't want to know mine, too.
You ate with that one.
Hey, Exhibit A.
Yeah, yeah.
Honestly, it's time to go. I know we was about to go. We might as well go. You know, it's been a weird week for us anyway. Like, it's fine.
Well, you're disrespecting him when he asks you not to do something recording, and then we ask you once again not to do it. You kind of chuckle at it. So
I have a theory around why so many amazing type A girls are single.
Yeah, it's probably because guys don't think they're amazing. If it's you think they're amazing, unless these ladies are playing both sides of the ball, it's not really helping their case.
When she's a 10, but she's actually a 5 or 6, but her friends in social media have convinced her that she's this absolute dime. So the guys who are in her league that are 5, 6, and 7, she won't give a second glance to because she's so high up on her high horse that those men don't even exist in her realm. But the guys who are 8s, 9s, and 10s that she thinks are in her league just want her for and not to actually date. So instead, she ends up withering away her 20s because she has these incredibly high standards under the guise of, well, I'm not going to settle. I deserve what I deserve because I'm a 10, so I deserve nothing less than the best. And in reality, she'll end up lonely. And then when she reaches her 30s and figures out that her biological clock is running out, she's going to end up settling for the guys who are the 5, 6, and 7s, probably even lower because at that age, there aren't many great men available. They've already been cuffed up. So she'll end up settling. But don't worry, ladies. If you're watching this, I'm not talking about you. You are a 10.
I've never seen a generation of women like I have today, where women want to be men so badly. Y'all want to lead the relationship. Y'all want to be the leaders. Y'all want to dictate everything. Y'all want to be combative and argue with the man. Why do you want to be a man so badly? But I'm going to tell you why a lot of these women get these toxic traits. It's because they were raised by single moms who literally hated men because they decided to not heal from their trauma. And so they teach this nonsense to their daughters. So then their daughters grow up and then come out here and literally try to ruin men's lives and be combative and want to lead the relationship and want to argue about double standards. Oh, well, if a man can sleep around with as many women as he wants to, then I should be able to do it too and not be judged. No, that's not how that goes. First of all, what happened to being a lady? What happened to being a lady? Nobody wants that no more. Y'all, it really needs to stop because y'all only talk about double standards and how y'all don't like it when it benefits you. Y'all need some healing. You're not a man. Stop trying to be a man. Let the man lead. It's okay to help him, to be his helper like it was designed to be. Y'all gotta get it together.
I had a thought. Can you imagine if men made a reel like this?
Let's stop accepting and normalizing double standards.
Unpopular opinion, but making fun of men's receding hairlines is not a good feminist move. Mocking men for balding, for being short, or lacking muscle definition is just pointing out ways in which they don't live up to society's hyper-masculine ideal. Those ideals are part of the patriarchy's toxic messaging, coincidentally the same thing that feminism is fighting against. Yes, the patriarchy predominantly hurts women and minorities, but it also hurts men. The feminism I believe in is about creating a better, more inclusive world for everyone, you know, intersectional. I don't think we should let other people's toxic behavior make us toxic, because if we go down the eye for an eye route, it will leave the entire world blind. Let's keep calling out male misogyny. I am all for that, but let's leave appearance out of it. We have better arguments.
If you have a partner who won't share with you, that's your fault. Like, how's it my fault that he doesn't say anything to me? Because whenever he does, you freak the f out, and that makes you unsafe to talk to. If you can't handle the truth, people stop telling it to you. Why do they stop doing it? Because you've shown you can't handle it. Well, they should be honest. I'm like, but if they are, you punish honesty. So people don't share honesty with people who try to punish instead of accept. And since you can't handle the truth, they can't share it with you. You taught them that.
For all my Christian gym girlies that might be struggling with modesty, this is me right now. This is my shirt. It says Seek Jesus. For a really long time, I didn't have a modesty conviction until I was wearing a sports bra and shorts all the time in the gym, because I started getting confident in myself. Until one day the Lord was like, keep your shirt on. And I was like, but Lord, my outfit is so cute. So I was wrestling with the Lord, and I didn't understand why he was telling me to keep my shirt on. But then he said, keep your shirt on, or else you're gonna have to start this process all over again. So I said that, and I was like, ooh. What do you mean process? I kept my shirt on. Fast forward a week later, I hadn't taken my shirt off for an entire week. This time I came to the gym with a shirt that said, well, I can't cope, Jesus offers hope. And I was like, all right, Lord, well, can I take my shirt off now? It's been a week. And in my spirit, I can hear him say, you could either take your shirt off and minister your body, or you can keep your shirt on and minister Jesus. So I got my shirt on. Now when I'm at the gym, I minister Jesus, not my body.
It's not about you. Keep your clothes on. You don't have to have everybody staring at you. And you know what the best part is? Even in those types of clothes, you still get the same gains. Imagine that.
If you had to choose between Taylor Swift tickets or 1 Bitcoin, what would you choose?
Taylor Swift tickets. I don't really care about Bitcoin that much.
Taylor Swift tickets, are you kidding me? Are you joking?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'd rather choose the thing that's like I can hold in my hand. Like, I'd rather choose the thing that I can go to and not worry about it disappearing.
Because women don't need men anymore.
Why?
Because we are self-sustainable. We make money. We don't need you guys to go out hunting anymore. Like, we can bring food on our table.
So just because y'all can go to the supermarket, like, we're expendable and you don't need us anymore.
Yeah. There's shopping carts.
There's shopping carts.
Yeah.
But you know, men made those shopping carts and that Instacart.
Yeah, but your time's off. I mean, you made a good run.
That's cold-blooded. Like we didn't treat y'all like that before.
Oh, you didn't?
X9? That's him.
I mean, there's so many. I just
there are a lot.
Yeah. Just scroll the names, okay? Scroll the names.
Okay, Sydney, what's your body count?
6.
Okay, do you think that's more or less than what most girls have today?
Less.
You're probably right, unfortunately. Do you realize how many 6 are?
They've all been boyfriends or talking stages, so no.
How old are you?
18.
How many do you think your mother had at this age?
Zero clue, but maybe like, I have no, like 5? No idea.
5? At 18?
Yeah, like, I don't know.
In like the 1960s?
No, it's like 1700s. I have no idea.
How many bodies is too much for a guy?
Too much for a guy? 10? That's gross.
10?
Yeah,
Well, okay, let's say hypothetically I had 1,000. Would that be
100%. That's disgusting.
But what if they were all girlfriends?
Then you're a serial dater. Like, I have no idea.
Yeah, but I loved each and every one of them.
That's fine. Like, I have no idea.
6 at 18? I don't know, man. I feel like that's pretty busy. I don't know.
Calling you to say goodnight, bare minimum. Calling you pretty, bare minimum. Taking you on dates, bare minimum. Getting you flowers, bare minimum. Meeting your friends and family, bare minimum. Not
A lot of anger there. Those are healthy relationship behaviors she's criticizing, though. Let's talk actual bare minimums. I'm Max Butterfield, Dr. Max Butterfield. I study this kind of thing for a living. 3 main bare minimums you should look for in a relationship. Number 1, do you like him? Number 2, it's an easy one. Number 2, does he like you back? Again, simple. Number 3, is he kind to you? If you have those 3 things in place, you are 90% of the way there to a good relationship. What really gets you over the top? Are you growth oriented? That is, are you looking for each other to be perfect right out of the gate, or are you willing to put in the work to grow together instead of growing apart over time? Follow me for more insights about how to do that. And again, let's not criticize healthy relationship behaviors.
So I'm going to do a longer extended video of this on my Patreon, but I wanted to discuss, like, one of my mutuals talks about how disrespectful women are and how men baby proof the world for women, and essentially women don't have consequences for their behavior, and it shows. I had a crash course in this in my relationship with my girlfriend, right? I'm a woman. I can be disrespectful. I have, watched and observed my own behaviors, other women behaviors, and made the connections to my behaviors in order to grow and master myself and show up in the world better, mostly for myself, but for everyone else that I interact with too. So I got a crash course in women's behavior in my relationship with my girlfriend, because she would say very nasty spirited things. And it was very interesting to me. And it was very much a pearl clutching moment for me, because I'm like, you don't realize, like, is this how women operate in the world? Like, this is dangerous, right? Like, I understand how women get in domestic situations, like Cassie, like Jasmine Brown, like Haley Bailey. Like, I understand how, and then like every other woman, because these women are wealthy, so majority of women do it for a lot less. I see how women get their ass whooped in relationships because women think that they're supposed to be able to say and do anything to anyone, and you're just supposed to deal with it, right? So when they encounter someone that's not as emotionally intelligent and is not as self-mastered, you end up getting mollywopped, right? You get your ass handed to you. You get kicked out on the street. Like, I see how women end up getting their head knocked between the washer and the dryer, because women are reckless with their mouth and with their actions. And they think they're just supposed to get away with it, and people are just supposed to deal with it. And like, I genuinely see how women can get their head knocked between the washer and the dryer by men and people in general, because you think you're supposed to be able to say and do anything to anyone, and they're just supposed to take it because you're a woman. And I'm like, ma'am, I'm a woman too, but I'm a woman with more situational awareness and survival instincts. Like, is this how you talk to someone that you financially depend on? Because that is crazy. I'm the person standing between you and the street, and you are mocking me in the bathroom with the door closed loudly where I can hear you, right? So to some people, and I'm the type of person that, romantic relationships are not a priority to me. And this is what I told her. And I'm like, you have to understand this, right? Do you think her behaviors change? No. So then you end up surprised, right? When the relationship is over. And this is the thing. Again, I'm not going to tell too much detail here. I'll go into it in my Patreon. But this is what I mean. This is what my mutual means. This is what women mean when we say women have no survival instincts, right? That women don't have common sense. Women cannot do calculations. They don't have foresight. They can't do the math. because y'all put yourselves in situations and then you act like you don't know how you got there. You can't go back and assess every decision that you made that led you up to this. When I would bring up these conversations with my girlfriend, she would act like she didn't know what I was talking about. She like, you're in the bathroom repeating what I told you in a serious conversation loudly in a mocking tone. And then when I told you, like, it was so jarring to me, it was funny. And I'm like, and you don't think it's mocking? That is the literal definition of mocking. And I'm in shock a little bit, not because of the behavior, but because of the lack of awareness around the behavior. Ma'am, you are a danger to yourself. And if you're a danger to yourself, you're a danger to me. So now I have to look out for the both of us, right? Until I'm out of this situation. And this is how we were broken up, not living together for 3 months before she realized what happened, right? But we'll talk about that on Patreon. Women are going to have to get it together. And this is why we say that those of us who take the stances that we take and we get online and we share our wisdom, we say this because y'all put yourselves in these situations and then you act like you don't know how you got there. So you end up in the same situation again.
I think this is exactly it. And once again, I had to tell one of my good friends, the way you're talking to your significant other, if he were around dudes, then he would have already swung on the guys. This is a man that is laid back, easygoing, kind of go with the flow. He don't really cause too much commotion. This is a guy that's been up in people's face because they were talking trash. Men in their face, just walking in, chilling out, taking it easy on a dime. Turn around. What's up? What's happening? You're talking to this guy recklessly. They don't understand anything but running their mouths. And because there are systems put in place by men, law enforcement and the like put in place by men, some of these young ladies have gotten entitled and feel emboldened to say anything, do anything, act any kind of way. And then they wonder why when a man steps back and allows their consequences to take hold of them, why isn't a man protecting me? Why isn't a man here for me? You're supposed to be at my beck and see, this is why we don't like you guys. See, this is why we don't give y'all a chance. Give me a chance to get hurt tragically in some situations. What are you talking about? Thinking about a video where a man came up to the house, approached the house of another young man. Inside was his quote unquote girlfriend. Apparently she was playing the two. That man standing outside the door did not know that. So he knocks on the door, comes in unassuming, like, oh, maybe I think he said something like, I'm the pizza guy. So, hey, something's going wrong. I need you to let me in, or something like that. Unbeknownst to him, but known to the woman in the house, the man had that thing on him, walking out to the door. So as soon as the man kind of cracked the door open, young man don't know he's got that thing on him. Tries to push the door in. Man lets it ring on him. And of course, he drops to the ground. And all of a sudden now, oh no, dropping to the ground, trying to hold him. Oh, please no, please no. Y'all be out here acting foolish, acting reckless, and putting people in these situations. Now, to be fair, if she's doing that, if she's like that, then you got to step back. But what if he didn't know that? What if he thought, hey, man, what you doing, my girl, man? What's up? Now you got him in a situation that he's not supposed to be in. And all you're going to do is wear a t-shirt that says RIP and go on about your business. Have barbecue chicken at the repast. Don't worry about it.